I hate that I have to defend Daniel Keem, but today he is behind my stand. Your Honor, I have come here today to defend Daniel Keem against the allegations made by the plaintiff, Def Noodles, also known as Dennis Fabiosa, I am pretty sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, or lastly known as Defamation Noodles. I plan to explain how this lawsuit is frivolous, and the plaintiff themselves are guilty of the same crime as the defendant, and couldn't handle the same thing being done to him. I intend to prove that the plaintiff is just sensitive to his own actions when they are brought up to his own reflection, and that my client only gave him a piece of his own medicine. I also intend to prove that if done in the matters shown, no legal recourse can or should be done without it being frivolous or being dismissed. I will end this now. Take that! Hello everyone, welcome to the Darkness, and I am Darkness Stone, and today I am actually defending Daniel, which I never thought I would be doing. So I think I should explain things, but for some context on who I'm talking about today, I suggest you go watch my last video on Def Noodles, which will be linked in the description. Enjoy the cookies while you're there. Now to preface this, I am many things, but one thing I am not is a lawyer. Hell, my spelling is on a 5th grade level, but one thing I have an odd talent for is reading and understanding legal documents. This does not mean, however, that I cannot be wrong, or can I not misunderstand things. So I will state this video is entirely my opinion based on the facts of the case that I have seen. And what's my opinion? This lawsuit is stupid. Incredibly brainless on both sides. The actions that caused it are empty-headed, etc. If there is a word for stupid, I will most likely be using it in this video. And I will not be robo-knighting it up. Now, this video is based on a lawsuit, if you couldn't tell from the intro. This lawsuit was started by Def Noodles, or Dennis, towards Daniel Keem, based on a singular tweet. This is that tweet. Now, this tweet looks like something Keem would normally tweet, something no one would really take seriously, because it's Daniel Keem. He's gotten many stories wrong, and no one could take him seriously. Now, before we continue, we must look at the history of the two people in this case. Daniel Keem runs Drama Alert under the name Keemstar, which I will not call him because I do not respect him. Daniel has been known to be a shoddy reporter, falsely reporting a man of being a pedo, screaming profanities and slurs, telling a person with cancer they can't wait to report their death, him saying he doesn't care if he goes to jail even though he has a daughter named Mia, who I hope he wants to stay in the life of, threatening to kill people, has been shown not being able to take criticism on many occasions, etc. This is some of the most well-known things around Daniel and his controversies, which can easily be found. Daniel has been running Drama Alert since around 2009, and semi-recently has talked about retiring from the channel, but is yet to do so. Dennis runs a channel called Def Noodles, which he claims is a satire news channel. One thing learned from his channel and his Twitter is that the satire title is just used to dodge criticism or him to avoid getting in trouble for faulty reporting. Often he's making outlandish claims that they have to take back later, or they will just ignore it ever happened. Dennis has been shown not to be able to take criticism, nearly quitting his channel when Gavos talked bad about his channel on a review show. Jesus Christ, that is sad. Which caused Dennis to make a video considering quitting YouTube, because he couldn't handle it. Again, sad. Then there are the fake James Charles pedo claims, which we will not get into the actual claims, but he made several claims of that were falsified. There were labeled as a joke posts on the person he was covering. This sheer lack of research and the idiocy on display is palpable. I've covered both of these people on my channel before, one more recently than the other. One still has my old stills in my video border. Ugh. Now I've been putting this off because I wanted to get the video to 10 minutes, but I doubt I can stall for much longer. In case you're curious, it's because I know my fans loving having long videos to listen to. I don't really give a shit about the money, because I'm not making enough to live off anyway. Now let's get back to the tweet. This tweet was made by Daniel, which is quite obviously satire based on the topic of Def Noodles, who is known for false stories, and thus a fake story being made about him makes sense. The tweet states this: Def Noodles has allegedly groomed girls from 12 to 15. Big YouTuber source. Victims are scared of him and wish to stay anonymous but may come forward soon. Hashtag Drama Alert. With a picture of Def Noodles. And then the next tweet under it says, Def Noodles has declined to give us a comment on these allegations made against him. And note, these are me reading them based on the story, me not substantiating the claim, Dennis. Don't get all trigger happy with the lawsuit like the one you joined against Kavos. Then Daniel posted this tweet more recently explaining the joke because Dennis didn't understand it. Don't you remember he kept posting non-stop fake pedo stories on YouTubers, so I posted this tweet to mock him. On May 2021, everyone knows that this is a joke and I'm mocking him, but now he's taken completely out of context, taking it like a serious allegation. Daniel was showing the irony of faulty reporting done by Dennis, quite obviously in fact, and this was parodying him. I mean, it was obvious, but not to Dennis, who later filed this suit. Let's look at this suit, shall we? Let's start with this. Dennis is being represented by Bond, Schoeneck, and King, a law office based in New York. I have gone through a lot of reviews for this law office, where some of the major websites list them as anywhere from 2 to 5 stars, from places like Law Crossing and Glassdoor. Lots of people complain of unprofessionalism and elitism inside of the company. So I already am unsure about this company itself. It makes me queasy. Dennis is asking for $75,000 to his lawsuit. Bruh, you're not that special. Would someone please edit Daniel into Amber Heard for me? I just want to see Dennis as Amber Heard, or like a cup of cup noodles as Amber Heard. Then in background section 13, it talks about the tweet someone made as a joke about Dennis, showing them girls his little noodles, which obviously is a joke. And people are questioning the claim because it's Daniel Keem. Then in section 14, Dennis is talked about, saying how he received messages and tweets asking him to comment. Funny enough, the same thing most likely happened to Dennis's victims, but hey, he can't handle the heat. And when I mean victims, I mean those he falsely reported on, not any pedo allegations, because again, I'm not supporting those because it is obviously a joke. Then in section 19, after showing these tweets, states that people didn't read the tweets as a joke, evidenced by a response to the tweets, which they have not provided. So I went there. Sure, there were quite a number of people who believed it, but there are also as many people who threw this in the question because it's Daniel. Wolfie Killo responds, not sure if anyone's giving him a taste of his own medicine, or if there's some weight behind this, or both. Then Bean, Mr. Bean responds with, well, I was thinking the same thing, and then he got blocked by Def Noodles. Connor Grill replies, wow, now you're making drama for Def Noodles just because he bitched you out, lol. And then someone said ratio. Then Pointless Spear says Keemstar exposed alt-right YouTuber Def Noodles, allegedly by Dude in a Room. But Pointless Spear has a point. This is the same kind of title that Def Noodles would make, making false alt-right claims. Dennis, it's almost like faulty reporting is a joke. Then Cheeto says, breaking news that will most definitely change your life, Def Noodles is a predator. Again, allegedly by Dude in a Room. But funny enough, that is how Def Noodles, when he had his Twitter, formatted his tweets, saying breaking news that will most definitely change your life. Lots of people were joking about it, knowing that Daniel isn't a reliable news source, just like Dennis. How some people did believe it while others thought it was false. You need to be aware of that in a lawsuit because it'll be shown in court otherwise against you. Now here is my argument and why I think Daniel will get away without any issue, and that is the court case of McDougal versus Fox. And yes, I am mentioning Fox News. I must have been red-pilled. The frogs are gay! Now, on to the case. This was majorly against Tucker Carlson, the idiot who is also a conspiracy theorist who we see nowadays as a still-employed Alex Jones. From the first page of the document, it states, Fox News has moved to dismiss Miss McDougal's claim on the grounds of Mr. Carlson's statements were not statements of fact and that she failed adequately to indulge actual malice. So unless they can prove that Daniel had actual malice behind the tweets, and that a reasonable viewer can take Daniel Keem seriously after everything he's done, Daniel is safe. Like the Tucker Carlson case, it can be argued that Daniel was doing this with hyperbolic language, and could be seen as satire, the same way Dennis defends his own platform, and thus parodying Dennis himself. And parodying is not against the law. So what do I think will happen? Daniel will win the case, even though it would be a good punch to the gut to him if he loses, and one that I think he deserves. Dennis is a crybaby who honestly can't take the heat that he dishes out to other people, and it's really sad. Dennis, you really need to work on your own confidence and how you handle people on the internet, and get rid of your hate boner for Daniel. because honestly, I dislike Daniel too, but I'm not gonna sue him if he talks shit about me. That's just sad. Now on to the fan art feature. First off is one by Caesar on Discord, which is a draw pile of me and their avatar. Lots of them are funny. I immediately think, yes, I have got the child from this one. Dimension Traveler Solidarity. Them showing them in cookie form. Me bringing a dildo to a gunfight on a reference to another video. Us switching outfits. Me finding a lot of candy in there. Them doing an AO at me. Me holding the small... Oh god. Me holding the small. And then me asking them to get out in Among Us. Among Us. Thank you so much for this, Caesar. I love your artwork. You are always a favorite of mine, and I am very proud of you. Next one is by Edwin H on Twitter, and it reminds me of like an old anime style. And it looks good. It looks like I got like one of them little monster mouths, even though I know it's just a break in the beard. But I look angry, and I love the background. The background is amazing, and I love the style of this piece. It is wonderfully done. Thank you so much. Next is from Kawaii Knight on Discord, and they made me into a little roll-up bun. Little roll-up in the scarf bun. I'm pretty sure it's my old scarf design, but it's still very nice. I love the little wrap. It's wonderful. Thank you so much for this, Kawaii Knight. Up next is from Radio Essence on the Discord. And it's a drawing of my Pokemon streams, and me and my favorite Pokemon, Jigglypuff. And yes, Jigglypuff is my favorite Pokemon. Don't judge me. And they drew me in this very nice... I honestly really like this style. It's so angular, but also very wonderfully made. It's just awesome. I love this style. Also, I just love the little Jigglypuff with the little curl. I love it a lot. Thank you so much for this, Radio Essence. Up next is from Scarlet Rosalia. It's been a while since you've been here. And then there's just me and me petting and then getting hugged by Fiend. You know, Plunder Sprocket's little octopus buddy. Fiend is a really good bean. They are awesome. You should really give them pets when they want them. But thank you so much for this, Scarlet Rosalia. You did great. Up next is this GIF made by Sinister Studios. And it's wonderful. It's like a little scarf snap with little hearts. And I love the colors that you just make with the scarf. Like, the scarf colors are amazing. The fade in, fade out is really nice. The eye color and shape is really good. I don't wear earrings, but I feel like my avatar would wear earrings if he felt like it. I just can't. I just don't have my ears pierced. Nor do I think I'll ever get them pierced, but it's a wonderful look. Thank you so much for this, Sinister. Always happy to see you. Up next is by Sour Grills on Twitter, and they drew me in their style, and it is really nice. It has the old scarf, but that's completely fine. The beard is a little shimmy and a little bit cleaner. The eyes I really like in this style, and the hair is very well done. This is a very nice art piece. Thank you so much, Sour Grills. Then there is one by my close friend, Tiny Ghosty. And this is again a Pokemon fan art from my Pokemon Nuzlocke streams. And there's me as a Jigglypuff, a little black-haired boy with my scarf. And it's just wonderfully made. In case you are curious, the one who originally made the original scarf of my character was Fire, or Ghosty, because it came from their game. And they are still one of my closest friends. But they made this very cute and wonderful art of them as a Gengar and me as a Jigglypuff. And I love it very much. It's actually my computer background currently. Thank you so much for this, Ghosty. You are loved. Mwah. Then we have two from Tommy. And Tommy is a longtime fan and pretty much my AU child, I guess. They drew this fusion of me and them, which I think is really neat. It reminds me of the Steven Universe fusions, and I think it's very cool. And then they drew me with the character I made, Sonia, for the AU, where it's me and my wife, Sonia, who is a moth woman. And yes, I made an OC to be my wife for my character. Don't judge me. I think it's cute. And I just like cute things, okay? And moths are cute. But these are very wonderfully made. Thank you so much, Tommy. I love these. You are very awesome, and I am proud of you. So that's the end of the fan art feature. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a like, favorite, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon. See ya. Enjoy.